we're going to slide into our next and final segment for the show. It is going to be Major League Baseball. We have a huge slate, so let's go ahead and get into it with the Brewers taking on the Cubs, 2:20 Eastern puck drop in Chicago, Wrigley Field. Now the Cubbies open $1.40, no line on the total as of yet. As always, normally we'll see a line on the total about 2 hours before first pitch if the game's at Wrigley Field in Chicago. So once again, the Cubbies open $1.40, down to -135, no line on the total as of yet. 54% of the consensus is leaning towards Chicago, and at the moment the Brewers are +120 on the money line. Now we have Gio Gonzalez projected on the bump for Milwaukee, Jose Quintana for the Cubs. Quintana's 4-1 with a 3.86 ERA. Now Chicago is first in runs allowed at home, just 2.8 in that category there. Milwaukee on the other side, winners in just 7 of 15 away from home. I'm going to lean Chicago -135, winning this one outright at home. Now before we go ahead and dive into some more Major League Baseball picks, I do have to just give a couple shout outs to some baseball fans, some guys that have been really active in our MLB videos. So let's go ahead and get into it. Jimmy Johnson, what's going on, Jimmy Johnson? I think I asked you yesterday. If I didn't, I just wanted to ask you, are you going to be returning? Oh no, I asked you in the comments. Are you going to be returning to the Fox NFL pregame this year? Let us know in the comment section. Jimmy Johnson. Shout out to Eugene Robinson. Mean Gene Eugene Robinson. Shout out to you. Chuck Pinter. Vinny JB Smooth. Marilyn Cortez, who's joining us from Panama. Mucho gusto. ¿Cómo está? Tú eres muy guapa. Thank you so much for joining in and watching us from Panama, Maryland. Mari. Next shout out, Nenad Markovich, the U-Dog, Ulysses Hayes, Worthy OM311, Jerry, we the best. No, Jerry, you're the best. Sean Smith, and last but certainly not least, my guy, Stephen Lewis, man. I love Stephen Lewis. Always active, always very positive. Really, really good sports bettor. Stephen Lewis, thank you so much for joining me each and every day, every video. You are the man. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans for our Major League Baseball action. Next game, Angels, Orioles. Give me the Angels -185 and the under 10.5. Next game, White Sox, Toronto. 7:07 Eastern first pitch in Toronto. Give me the White Sox +1.5 and the under 9.5 in that game. Next matchup, Yankees, Rays. 7:10 Eastern first pitch in Tampa Bay. The Rays open $1.45, total 7.5. We're seeing a nickel move toward Tampa Bay. They're up to -150. So once again, Tampa Bay opened $1.45, up to -150, total 7.5. 55% of the consensus is leaning toward the Rays. 56% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Yankees are +140 on the money line. Rays +140, laying the 1.5. Domingo Herman for the Yankees. Domingo German for the Yankees. Tyler Glasnow for the Rays. German, or Domingo Herman, 6-1 with a 2.35 ERA for New York. Tyler Glasnow, 6-0 with a 1.47 ERA for Tampa Bay. But if you like Tampa Bay in this spot here, just keep in mind the Yankees are third in road scoring. They're averaging 6 runs per contest in that category there. They're also fourth in walks on the road, so they do a very good job at getting base runners on the path. The Yankees are 4-1 in their last 5, and they are 5th in hits allowed. So very tough to manufacture runs against this Yankee squad. Now Tampa Bay, they strike out a whole bunch of times. They're 20th in striking out, 9.44 Ks per game. They're also dead last in striking out at home. They just can't hit at Tropicana Field. 10.63 strikeouts per game at home they're averaging. Tampa Bay scoring just 4.4 runs per contest on their home field. That puts them at 19th in Major League Baseball in that category there. And when it comes to the total, Tampa Bay's 4-2 to the under in their last 6. So Yankees catching plus money, that's a bonus. I want to make sure. So give me the Yankees +1.5 and the under 7.5 in that matchup there. Next game, Mariners, Red Sox, 7:10 Fenway in Boston. Shout out to Merriweather, my buddy out there. Boston open -170, total 9.5. 30-cent move toward the Red Sox and movement upward on the total. -210 flat. Once again, Boston open $1.70 up to -200. Total open 9.5 up to 10. 65% of the consensus is leaning toward Boston, 58% shaded toward the over. Right now the Mariners are +180 on the money line, Boston -105 on the run line. We have Swanson for Seattle, Rodriguez for Boston. Now Rodriguez comes into this game with a 5.40 ERA for the Red Sox. And Seattle is second in Major League Baseball in road scoring. They're averaging 6.32 runs per game when traveling. They're also third in road walks. They take a free pass 4.14 times per contest when traveling. Seattle is also 4-2 straight up in their last 6 taking on Boston if you're into historical head-to-head matchup trends. Kind of road warriors, really. 13-9 straight up away from home as well. 15-7 against the spread in that same category. And of course, when I refer to the spread in baseball, I'm referring to the run line. So 15-7 in their last 22 run line plays. Now Boston on the other side, not so good on the run line. They've covered just 15 out of 37 games overall for the year. They're 19th in runs allowed. They're second to last in walking batters at home. And when it comes to the scoring, Boston is 22-16 to the over for the season. Seattle 16-6 to the over away from home. 8-3 to the over in their last 11. I got to lean toward the Mariners on the road here. Give me Seattle +1.5 in the over 10 runs in that game there. Next matchup, Marlins, Mets. 7:10 Eastern first pitch in Flushing, Queens. The Mets opened $1.75, total 7.5. 10-cent move toward the Mets and movement downward on the total, -185 and 7 flat. Once again, the Mets open $1.75 up to -185. Total open 7.5 down to 7 flat. 68% are leaning Mets, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now the Marlins are +170 on the money line. Mets +$1.15 on the run line. We have Pablo Lopez for the Marlins and Zach Wheeler for the Mets. Lopez is just 2-4 with a 4.03 ERA for the Marlins. Now, Miami's last in scoring really just can't get on the board. They're averaging just 2.7 runs per contest. They're also 26th in walking batters, so can't get on the board, plus giving free passes. The Mets, on the other side, they are striking batters out 10.07 times per contest, 10.1 times per contest. They're striking out batters, so really just mowing them down on the defensive side of things. Now, total-wise, Miami is 12-4 to the under away from home. They just can't score. So with all that in mind, I don't know if we have enough room here to lay the 1.5, so I'm just going to take the Mets straight up for the expensive price point. Give me New York -185 in the under. 7 runs in that matchup there. Next game, Rangers, Astros. 8:10 Eastern first pitch in Houston. The Astros are -245. Total open 8.5 down to 8 flat. 73% are leaning Astros. 64% shaded toward the over. Right now, Texas is +220 on the money line. Houston -$1.10 on the run line. We have Lance Lynn for the Rangers. Justin Verlander for the Astros. Lynn comes into this game with a 5.75 ERA. Meanwhile, Justin Verlander just looking absolutely awesome. 5-1 with a 2.86 ERA. Now, Houston's 13-4 at home, 23-13 as the favorite. First in home hitting and first in hits allowed. Texas on the other side, well, they're last in walks allowed, just giving people free bases. They're also 28th in runs allowed on the road. And total-wise, Texas is 80% to the over in their last 5. Houston, 71% to the over in their last 7. Give me the Astros -1.5 and the over 8 runs in that game. Next matchup, Detroit taking on Minnesota, 8:10 Eastern first pitch in Minnesota. Give me the Twins -1.5 in the under 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Phillies, Royals. 8:15 at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. The Phillies opened -135, total 9.5. 15-cent move toward the Fightins up to -150. So once again, Philadelphia opened -135 up to -150. Totals 9.5. 69% of the consensus is leaning toward the Phillies. 73% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Royals are +135 on the money line. Phillies +105 on the run line. We have Jake Arrieta versus Homer Bailey. Arrieta for the Phils, Bailey for the Royals. Arrieta's 4-2 with a 3.40 ERA for Philadelphia. Homer Bailey, just 3-3 with a 5.25 ERA, which is sad because this is actually his best start of the season, I think, in his career with that 3-3 record and 5.25 ERA. He's been horrible. Don't know how he still has a job, and I think Kansas City picked up his contract this year too, which is asinine considering. I don't think he won a game. Did he win one game last year? Unreal. But anyway, Kansas City winners in just 13 out of 38 overall for the year. They've also won just 8 out of 19 at home. They're dead last in striking batters out. They just can't mow them down. They're also losers in 5 out of their last 7. Meanwhile, Philadelphia playing very good baseball right now, 8-3 in their last 11. They're 8th in hits on the road, really putting runners on the base pass. So a little bit of an expensive price here. I don't want to lay the 1.5 though with Philly on the road, but I do like them to win it. Give me the Philadelphia Phillies -150 and the over 9.5 in that game there. Next matchup, Pirates, Cardinals, 8:15 St. Louis. The Cards open $1.45, total 8.5. Nickel move towards St. Louis up to 150. So once again, the Cardinals open $1.45 up to -150. Totals 8.5. 68% is leaning towards St. Louis. 61% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Pirates are +135 on the money line. St. Louis +130 on the run line. We have Trevor Williams for Pittsburgh. Adam Wainwright for St. Louis. Pittsburgh's dropped their last 2 straight. They're also 26th in road scoring. St. Louis, on the other side, 3rd in home scoring, 2nd in striking out at home, just 6.8 times per contest they strike out at New Busch Stadium. And total-wise, St. Louis is 67% to the over in their last 6. Pittsburgh 6-1 to the over in their last 7. Give me the Cards -150 and the over 8.5 in that game. Next matchup, Padres, Colorado, 8:40 Eastern first pitch in the Mile High City, Coors Field. Colorado opened $1.60, total at 10. Nickel move toward the Rockies up to 165. Once again, Colorado opened $1.60 up to 165. Totals at 10. 65% are leaning Colorado, 52% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Padres are +150 on the money line. Colorado +1.10 on the run line. We have Lauer for the Padres, Marquez for Colorado, or as the gringos like to say, Herman Marcus. Herman Marcus. But it's Herman Marquez. But German Marcus. Or what do they call it? Herman Marcus. Anyway. If you like Colorado and Herman Marcus, just keep in mind San Diego is 11-6 on the road this year. Bit of a road warrior style team. They're also 9-6 straight up as the dog. Up a couple units. Colorado on the other side. Winners in just 4 of their last 10. They also rank dead last in runs allowed at home. And total-wise, Colorado's 11-6 to the over at home. San Diego, 11-6 to the over away. Give me the Padres +1.5 in the over 10 runs in that game. Next matchup. Indians, A's, 9:37 Eastern first pitch. No line on the game right now. No line for this game. But it looks like we're going to have Cody Anderson slated on the bump for Cleveland. Frankie Montas for Oakland. At least that's what I had listed at the ass crack of dawn, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, I have Cody Anderson slated on the bump for Cleveland, Frankie Montas slated on the bump for Oakland. Let me know if that is correct in the comment section below. Cody Anderson, 0-1 with an 11.11 ERA. That's horrible. Frankie Montas. 4-2 with a 2.75 ERA. Give me Oakland winning this one outright. Next game, Braves, D-backs, 9:40 Eastern first pitch at Chase Field in Arizona. Give me Arizona minus 130 in the over, 8.5 in that game. Next matchup, Washington, Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern first pitch at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. The Dodgers open 195, total at 8. Nickel move toward the Dodgers up to minus 200. Once again, the Dodgers open 195 up to minus 200. Totals at 8. 72% are leaning Dodgers, 82% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Nats are plus 180 on the money line. Dodgers plus $1.10 on the run line. We have Sanchez for the Nationals, Maeda for the Dodgers. Sanchez has been dirty, 0-5 with a 5.15 ERA. Maeda on the other side, 3-2 record. The Dodgers are second in home scoring, 10-4 in their last 14. The Nats on the other side, losers in 4 out of their last 5. They're also striking out 10.1 times per contest. When it comes to the scoring, the Dodgers are 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 in the over 8 runs. And our next and final game for the show, going to break this one down here. Give me the Reds at the Giants. That'll be a 10:15 Eastern first pitch in the Bay Area. McCovey Cove. Everybody hits the ball to right field in the Bay, in the sea, the river. I think it's the Bay. Give me San Francisco plus 1.5 in the under 7.5 in that matchup. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, just got to remind you once again to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. I actually read it a little bit earlier before. We're 5-2 in our last 7 personal touch plays. We're 6-2 in our last 8 best friends plays. 3-1 in our last 4 board member plays, and we've been crushing it in the NHL. National Hockey League, winners in 5 out of our last 6 plays in the NHL. So check me out. Link is in the description section below. Patreon.com/BrockPage. If you see any troll accounts, flag them, get them out of here, report them. Click on the thing. If they don't have any videos or subscribers, get them out because you know it's not me. All right. That is going to do it for me. Once again, great to see you guys. Thank you for commenting in the comments section. And as always, I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. Happy Friday. I certainly enjoy doing the research and presenting it to you. It's a lot of work. It's a grind. I get up really, really early. But when you guys communicate back and forth with me in the comments section, kind of validates all that hard work. So you guys definitely make it all worth it. So we're going to keep producing content. We're still producing NHL content, which a couple months ago I said, I'm going to scrap this. And you guys came out. I know Jimmy Johnson said, no, you can't do that, bro. Got to keep doing it. Keep grinding. So I thank you guys for pushing me into, making me better, producing better content. So like I said, man, I value what you guys have to say. You're just as much of a part of this brand as I am. So because if, you guys didn't care, then there would be no brand. So you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for inspiring me, driving me, motivating me to produce more creative content and get up early every day and just continue grinding, man. You guys are the best. And when we make it to ESPN or Fox Sports or wherever I end up going, local TV, doesn't matter. You guys can say, I had a hand in that guy's career. So, and I'll never forget you guys. You know that. So anyway, thanks for watching this free content. I really hope you enjoyed today's program. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.